I normally plant potatoes around St. Patrick's Day, but I found this potato peeling with a sprout on it on June the 8th. This was during the height of the pandemic, so growing more of our own food was more important than ever. I decided to put this little peeling in a container and see if I could produce some potatoes from it. In this 5-gallon container, I put some used soil along with some homemade compost. Then I made a small hole several inches deep, put the peeling in it, and then covered up the stem with the soil around it, leaving just the tip exposed to the sunlight. A few weeks before, I had already planted a chunk of potato that started to sprout in the compost pile, and that's what I have here. I wasn't sure if it would grow at all, but in about a week or so I noticed some small green leaves at the top of the sprout. By the middle of July, it was starting to grow pretty well. Then by the end of July, it was looking even better, and it had another sprout growing from the bottom. So there were 2 sprouts. This is what it looked like at the end of August, and it was starting to get some blooms. I probably could have and should have waited a little bit longer, but by the middle of September I decided it was time to harvest this container because September was going to be a very busy month. I wasn't sure what to expect. I've grown potatoes in 25-gallon grow bags, but I've never tried to grow potatoes in such a small container. But I figured if I got anything more than just the original potato peeling, I would consider that a success. And you can see one potato already. And even though they aren't very large, we did get some potatoes. And several of them. So starting with just a potato peeling, we ended up with some potatoes to put on the table. And they were good, because we've already eaten them. There was one of them that was kind of an odd shape, so I'm not sure exactly what was going on with that. But it was interesting. Even the mosquitoes were interested in this experiment. In this view, you can see that second sprout that came off the side. And there's a look at what we got. Now let's go dig that one out in the garden. This is one I grew from a small chunk of potato that also started to sprout in the compost pile. And like with the peeling, I figured as long as I got something, I would be happy with what I got. And right away I could see that we got a few. And while I'm thinking about it, if you've ever grown potatoes from a peeling, let us know about it down in the comments section. I'd like to hear about it and how it worked for you. These were all small ones, but they were a nice addition to the ones we got from the container. We like to cook the small ones like this with green beans, or in this case, we ate them with long beans. But even though there weren't a lot, we appreciated what we got. My dad used to have something that he would say to me when I complained about what we had to eat, which wasn't very often. But he used to say, it's not what you want that makes you fat, it's what you get. If you're just now finding this channel and you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. We'll see you next time.